It's the Potpourri Show. A comforting quarter of an hour of reflection, nostalgia and encouragement. An alternative to Zumba and quantitative easing. With a soupçon of humour and spiritual uplift. Campanologists of the world unite. Is it Sunday? The bells, I hear you cry. Majestic sounding church bells. This is entitled Tracked Results in Life-Changing Phone Call, and it's from Gospel for Asia. Siva, a wife and mother of 4, shares the impact of one little piece of paper. She says, I had been suffering with typhoid for 5 years. For my treatment, we had gone to doctors, but I did not find any relief. When the doctors did a checkup, they were not able to find any sickness in me. At last we went to a magician whose advertisement we had seen on the television. He charged us a big amount of money. There also I was not healed. There was a shrine in our house. We had buried my husband's father's body in the shrine where we used to pour oil to worship the spirits. He was a witchcraft doctor. My father-in-law's pupil told us that my father-in-law, who was dead, wanted some service from us. Therefore, we buried our father's dead body in our home and were worshipping it. Our condition turned worse, and we were very afraid. We again went to the witch doctor. There was no relief. I thought that there was no God at all. One day, some people gave us some literature. I read the tract and saw a phone number on that tract. A little ray of hope came to our hearts. We dialed the phone number in the tract and shared all our problems through the phone. That was Gospel for Asia pastor Ha-Suk. He prayed for us over the phone. He invited us to church. For the first time, we heard the word of God in the service. Having faith in our hearts, we continued to come to Sunday services. As our faith increased, our problems began to decrease. We conducted prayer meetings in our home. God's servant earnestly prayed for me, and I was delivered completely. We took out the shrine from our house, and the dead body was removed. I put my trust in Jesus Christ. Now we are happy in the Lord. This is the testimony of a lady who lived in Asia. The boy had been shipwrecked. It was a most furious storm. In fact, the small boy was the only survivor, and he had been swept by waves onto a rock. All night long he remained there. In the morning he was rescued. One of the rescuers said to him, "You must have trembled as you sat on that rock during the night." And the small boy's reply was, "But the rock didn't."
We have anger that keeps the soul steadfast and sure while the billows roll. Fasten to the rock which cannot move. Grounded firm and deep in the Savior's love.
Something now for opera buffs. It's the song Comme à Gentil from Don Pasquale, which was first performed in 1843 in Italian. This is the 64th of Gaetano Donizetti's 66 operas. Hope you like it. According to the ancient canons of Indian medicine, the myriad spices in your meal are all working to improve your health. They would say that, wouldn't they? No, listen up. While the combination stimulates the appetite and helps digestion in India's very special climate, some of the individual spices have surprising properties. Old wives' tale. No, mark my words. Turmeric is very good for skin ailments, ginger for your liver and rheumatism. Cloves can help the kidneys, relieve a fever and also stimulate the heart. And coriander fights constipation and insomnia. Still wide awake? The most versatile, and the winner is cardamom. It battles bad breath, headaches, throaty coughs, and hemorrhoids. It'll make you feel piles better. Factoids about India. Number 1. The architect of British rule in India, Robert Clive, committed suicide in 1774. Number 2. John Kenneth Galbraith called India a functioning anarchy. Number 3. 2 million Jains in India. They dominate the electronics industry in Bangalore, banking in Maharashtra, and the diamond trade in Gujarat. Number 4. Rudyard Kipling, the Bard of the Raj, was born in Mumbai, in 1865. Factoids. Number 5, the last British troops to leave India in 1948 were the Somerset Light Infantry. Number 6, in 1997, the 50th anniversary of India's independence, a Dalit, K.R. Narain, was appointed president. Number 7, Kolkata, was the home of India's first Nobel Prize winner, the writer Rabindranath Tagore. Number 8, St. John's Church, Calcutta's first cathedral, is an Indian version of London's St. Martin-in-the-Fields. Factoids. Number 9, the names of many southern towns in India seem longer than their main streets. For example, Srirangapatnam and Thiruvananthapuram. Number 10, Telugu is the language of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil, the language of Tamil Nadu, Malayalam, the language in Kerala, Hindi is the national language. Factoids. Number 11, Kashmir is India's only Muslim majority state. 12, tea or chai is India's national drink and is drunk strong, milky and sweet in tiny cups. 13, the pleasant city of Mysore in South India is famous for its sandalwood, frangipani, jasmine and musk. 14, towns with the suffix pur, Jaipur, Bijapur, had Hindu rulers, whilst towns with the suffix abad, Hyderabad, Allahabad, had Muslim rulers. Factoids. And the last one, the Indian Standard Time is 5.5 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time all year round. The most bizarre time difference in the world exists between India and Nepal. It is 1/4 hour. He was in the middle of the street, a meditation by Michel Coist from Prayers of Life, and the reader is Mike Ellis.
He was in the middle of the street, staggering and singing at the top of his lungs in the husky voice of a drunk. People turned round and stopped, amused. A policeman came silently from behind, grabbed him brutally by the shoulder and took him to the police station. He was still singing and people laughing. I didn't laugh, Lord. I thought of his wife who'd wait in vain for him that night. I thought of all the other drunks of the town, those of the pubs and the bars, those of living rooms and cocktail parties. I thought of their homecoming at night, of the frightened youngsters, the empty wallets, the blows, the cries, the tears. I thought of the children who would be born of drunken embraces. Now you have spread your night over the city, Lord, and while tragedies unfold, the men who have justified alcohol, produced alcohol, sold alcohol, that same night sleep in peace. I think of all those men, and I pity them. They have produced and sold misery. They have produced and sold sin. I think of all the others, the crowd of others who work to destroy and not to build, to stupefy and not to uplift, to debase and not to ennoble. I think especially, Lord, of the many people who work for war, who to feed a family have to work to destroy others, who to live must manufacture death. I don't ask you to keep them all from their work. That is not possible. But, Lord, may they question it. May their sleep be uneasy. May they fight in this world of disorder. May they act as leaven. May they be redeemers. By all the wounded in body and soul, victims of the work of their brothers. By all the dead, for whom thousands of men have conscientiously manufactured death. By that drunk, grotesque clown in the middle of the street. By the humiliation and tears of his wife. By the fear and cries of his children. Lord, have pity on me, too often slumbering. Lord, have pity also on the miserable men who are completely asleep and collaborate in a world where brothers kill each other to earn their bread.
The Potpourri Show. A miscellaneous collection, a combination of incongruous things, a mélange, a ragbag, omnium gatherum, an amalgam of things. Till next time, it's Derek Lindley wishing you every blessing and thanks for listening.